Hello, my name is Susan Mingle. I'm a clinical nurse educator for Med1 Group. I'm here today to provide training on the ICU Medical Plum Duo Infusion device. For purposes of this training, we will not be using a drug library. These will be used in instances where there is an investigational drug study or a clinical trial. So I'll talk about some of the features. The on-off button is located on the top. This is a large touchscreen that's 10 inches. I'll turn it around to the back. There's your pole clamp, your power cord. It's always recommended to keep it plugged in. To fully charge it takes 8 hours. When it's running, it's about 6 to 8 hours. There are alarms that will occur should it get very low, so you'll know that you need to plug the device in. The battery and the wireless card are all embedded inside the device. As I turn it back around, you'll see on the sides, these are where we're going to be loading the tubing. There's one on this side and one on that side. And at the top of each of these are lettered and labeled left 1, left 2, right 1, and right 2. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Before we begin talking about priming, loading, and starting an infusion, I want to mention a key feature about this device. It can provide what's called concurrent delivery, which is unique to this device. Concurrent delivery means that you can give 2 infusions running at the same time, providing that they are compatible via a cassette-based pump set. Some other features are this has flow rate ranges from 0.1 to 999. You can also use syringe delivery with syringes from 3 mLs up to 60 mLs. You can also use the smaller syringes if you have air in the line and you want to back prime the air out of the line using that syringe. And the KVO flow rates are 1 to 20 mLs per hour, and those are configurable. Next, we'll go ahead and talk about priming, loading, and starting an infusion. So let's review a few key things about priming the tubing. I have already primed this line, but I want to review a few key things. When you take the package out, the white button here is called the flow regulator. You want to make sure it's pushed flush against the cassette. Spike the bag off the pole. Once you've spiked the bag, hang it up on the pole. Squeeze the drip chamber until it reaches this notched mark on the drip chamber. I'm using a 2-port set for this demonstration. The ports are called claves, one on the top of the cassette, one down near the IV insertion site. So next, we're going to start the priming. So I'm going to invert the cassette this way so that the clave is pointing down. I'm going to pull back on the flow regulator, turning it counterclockwise. When fluid reaches the air trap right here, then you want to re-invert it the other way. Continue to let your tubing be primed. When you get to this lower port by the IV insertion site, you just want to tip and tap the air bubbles out. In case you use that, you won't introduce air into your line. Close your flow regulator so that fluid is not continuing to flow. And next, we're going to talk about how we load the cassette into the device. So now we're going to show you loading. You just lift up this lever. Take the finger grip in your hand with the little ridges you see there, and you're just going to drop it down into the area there. It should sit right in. And then you just want to close the lever back, and now we're ready to program an infusion. Keep in mind, this has 2 sides to it. It's the Duo. So I have right 1 and right 2 on this side. I have left 1 and left 2 on the other side. So you technically could run 4 lines using the concurrent delivery. So now we're ready to program infusions. The on-off button is at the top of the device. I'm going to go ahead and power it on. We'll go through some self-tests, and it automatically comes up with this screen that says there's no drug library. So yes, we say, because we know that. So I have replaced the pump set with a cheater set or education set, just so we don't have lots of bags of fluid and tubing. We're able to utilize the teaching set. So I'm going to tap the left side to program, and we're going to do a basic, no drug. And I'm just basically going to be programming, let's say, normal saline. So we want mils per hour. Continue. Program primary infusion. So I highlight rate. I'm going to do a rate of 125. I'm going to highlight my volume. It's a 1,000 bag. I'm going to underestimate to 975. And then I'll press confirm. It says this program does not have dosing units. Check all values prior to starting. I know that, so I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to come over here to the the green button and press start. And now as you'll see, on the left, 1 is pumping. It is in basic with this little icon letting you know that. The rate in blue is 125. The volume infused right now is 0.5. And this will last 7 hours and 48 minutes until we get our KVO alert letting us know if we're hanging another bag. We have a little time to go get it and we won't run this bag dry. The backlight goes out a little bit. If you're not actively programming, it's more kind of just to preserve power. So if I wanted to change anything, like change the rate up or down or decrease the time this goes in, all you do is tap that side, swipe this so that you are it's a soft lock. You're just unlocking the pump, basically waking it back up. And then I could make any rate changes, volume or time changes here. Okay. And then I'll just go back. So now I want to hang a piggyback. So when you do piggyback, and again, just like I showed you on the tubing, you will access that clave with your end of your tubing. You push it in and twist, and we're going to hang that. So I'll go down to L2 to program a secondary line. So swipe to wake it up, and I'm going to say basic, mils per hour, continue. The primary will resume when the piggyback completes. So the primary that I programmed will stop. When the piggyback is finished, then it will automatically go back to that 125 of my normal saline. So I'm going to go ahead and program. I'm going to do a rate of 50, a volume of 50. And this will take 6 minutes. This program does not have dosing units. You're getting the same message because we don't have a library. Just say okay. I want to tap to add the flush so that I make sure all the antibiotic gets into the patient so it will automatically flush it after it's done. I'm going to do 15 mLs just to make sure it's all cleared through the line in case I had to do levels afterwards. Press confirm and press start. Okay. So now it says line 1 is pending because it's in the background waiting for my piggyback to complete. So to show you what this other side of the screen might look like, we're going back to the right side, line 1, R1. I'll go ahead and press that. I'll unlock that side, tap to program. And I'm just going to do another IV fluid. I don't have a lot left in this bag, so I'm just going to run it at a very low flow rate. Continue in mils per hour. So I'm just going to do a rate of 5 just so we don't pull on this too much. And I've got like about 200 left in there, so I'll do 175 and press confirm. Okay, I know there's no dosing units. Press start. So I just want to demonstrate that you have basically you have 3 things programmed, but only 2 are running at the moment. And the green pumping is letting you know that those are actively infusing. And again, the blue shows the rate on both sides. And the rate of my antibiotic was 50 mils per hour. So I'm going to go ahead and discontinue my antibiotic, and I'm going to walk you through what a KVO looks like. So I'm going to stop my antibiotic, and it's asking, close all clamps. Which one do you want to stop, 1 or 2? I want to stop 2. I'm going to clear the program. And I'm going to say, well, permanently delete program settings. I'm just going to go ahead and say clear. And then I'm going to start, because I didn't let the antibiotic finish, I had to go ahead and restart this side. Okay, so let's simulate a KVO. So I'm going to go ahead and tap this side. And I'm going to take the VTBI down to 0.1 just so we can simulate what happens. So VTI is complete. This is the alarm that you'll get. It has reached 0. So I'm going to silence and close that. The KVO you can see right now is 1 mLs per hour. Remember I said they're configurable 1 to 20. So the default setting on this device without a drug library is 1. So it's still pumping, but it's giving you time to go back to pharmacy and get your subsequent bag to hang. Then you would just tap, put in your new volume of 975. Oops, I missed that. Let me back up. I'll just do 950. Confirm, okay, and start. So now we're back with a new bag. So that's just what KVO looks like. Now I want to hang a concurrent delivery. Let's say I'm going to hang vancomycin, which can be very irritating to the vein. So I want to be able to give both my normal saline and my vanco at the same time in the concurrent delivery. So I'm going to program secondary line, no drugs selected. And I'm going to do, this is in grams. So I'm going to do, scroll down. Here's grams per hour. Continue. Yes, we know that. And now my drug amount is 1. The unit is grams, so I'll select grams. And my volume, I have a 250 bag. So I'll press confirm. Continue. Now I want to toggle, just touch it, to give it concurrently. So the maximum mils per hour that my normal saline and my vanco can go in must be 500 mils per hour or less. So I'm going to go ahead and program the concurrent. I want to do 1 gram in 250, and it automatically knows that it's an hour duration, so I just confirmed. And again, this doesn't have dosing units because we don't have a drug library. Just say okay, and then I'm going to start it. So now you see they're both saying pumping, whereas before this was idle, kind of pending, and not pumping in the green. So we basically have 2 things going concurrently at the same time. And again, you would access your clave with the vancomycin extension tubing, push and twist to activate the valve, and then you have both of those things running. And again, they kind of go to that quiet mode when you're not actively programming anything. So now we're going to look at available clinical settings. There is a cogwheel at the top of the screen. You press it, and you have clinical settings here, pump settings here. The settings on the right are for a device that has a drug library in it, so we won't be reviewing that. When I turned off the antibiotic earlier, if it had gone through and I needed to get the volume infused, this is where I would come to find that information out. So you press volume infused, let me wake it up, and it will give you all the information on the left side, 1 and 2 lines, the right side, 1 and 2 lines. And then if you want to clear it all, let's say it's the end of your shift, you would go ahead and press clear. It says choose which line. Let's say we just want to clear it all out. If I didn't, I would only pick left 1 or left 2 or both. So let's go ahead and clear that out, both of those, and then clear both of the right sides, which I only have 1 thing running, so I'll just do line 1. And then now we cleared out our total. I need to clear out the total. Okay, so now we start with a fresh slate for the next shift. So we'll go back to some of the other settings. You have downstream pressure. The pump defaults to 6 psi. This can be lowered to 1 and increased as high as 15 psi. It gives you the current pressure in the line. You can, in adult settings, typically we see 10, so you can increase by toggling up on that arrow button up to 10. So you won't get any nuisance occlusion alarms, okay? So we'll go back. And the next one is a log history. This just shows you everything that happened on the device. And go back. Pump settings. Let's look at audio. The alarm volume can be low, medium, high, low being 1, medium being 3, high being 5, and we're defaulting to the medium setting. Also, general volume, test volume for a key press. What does that sound like? It defaulted to 4. Key press, start, stop, alert. So you can make those louder or softer however you would like. So we'll go back. And then the backlight. So however light or dark the pump is, if it's night shift, and you want to turn the light down so it's not too bright and it doesn't disturb your patient, you just simply toggle this to make it a little dimmer and toggle it that way to make it brighter, or you can use the auto bright feature, which will automatically do it based on the light in the room. Oh, sorry, you turn it on. And so based on the light in the room, it will either darken or lighten the pump. So that's how you would change that. We'll go back. And then touch, this is just if you want the touch feedback, like a tactile feel to it. You can turn that on or off. We'll go back. And then again, we won't be talking about those because they are used for a pump that has a drug library. So we'll exit. Next, we're going to talk about some common alarms you might see. The first one is air in line. Should you get air in line, you will get an alarm on either side of the device, depending on which cassette has air in it. You will attach your syringe, as we discussed, via the clave, press and twist. Then you will press, depending on which side of the device is alarming, back prime. You press and hold, 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 and then you will let go. Oh, swipe it to wake it up. And then it will automatically check the cassette to make sure you didn't move it. And then it will automatically start pumping again. So that's how you would address air in line. Another alarm you might see is if someone's playing around in the room, say a child got access to the lever and they accidentally opened it. So it's red and it says door open and it does say right. So you could just come in the room, you can press your silence if you want to. And then you simply would just close your lever and then start. It's checking the cassette because the door was open and I just closed it. Now it's pumping again. So it always does a recheck if you open up the door where the cassette is by mistake. So let's say I wanted to stop the infusion. We're ready to discharge our patient. So I'll stop the infusion, choose left channel lines to stop. I'm going to stop both. So I'm going to say both. Okay. And I'm going to clear the programs because they're going home. Then I'm going to stop my program over here. Yes. Clear program. Clear. Then I would just simply press and hold the top and power down the device. That concludes our demonstration. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to www.med1group.com. Thank you.